The sounds are familiar. A noisy classroom and teens finding humor in their jokes. But these students aren't learning your everyday pre-calculus. They're the next generation of voters, learning to navigate the election process from pre-registering and even casting their ballot.
I watched the presidential debate live.
Emmanuel Anand Jr. is a facilitator here at Why Vote, a nonprofit organization dedicated to teaching young individuals about the election process.
I really find it satisfying to be able to teach people civics and just thinking about the political sphere that we're in today. You know, instead of sitting around, we do have power, we have the means and ways to address the things that we want to see change.
Microphones in hand, each student sharing their perspective, learning through their PowerPoints and group discussion. At 18 years old, Emmanuel's a part of the 40.8 million Gen Z voters who will be casting their ballot in this year's election.
To put into perspective how large of an amount that is, that's approximately the total population size of 5 critical swing states in Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona.
Historically, we've always seen politicians not cater to younger people and actually cater it to older people. It's really interesting to see the shift in that politicians are aiming for on all sides of the spectrum.
I mean, we look at states like Michigan, yes, but more so states like Wisconsin, Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania that were decided upon in 2020 based on tens of thousands of votes. Even the smallest degree of apathy among young voters could definitely be consequential in some of these key swing states.
Dr. Matt Nelson is an assistant professor of political science at the University of Miami, specializing in youth civic engagement. He says the digital space has become an influential battleground in this election, as young voters increasingly turn to social media to stay informed.
Only 32% saying that they're getting information from national or cable television news. Now we go to social media, 69% of 18 to 40-year-olds in our sample are saying that they're getting their information.
So then going back to Gen Z is we are an extremely connected generation. But what we do know is there's a mass culture, right, that changes very quickly now.
Both presidential candidates are campaigning on social media in an all-out effort to sway young voters. But does the social media impact media literacy and the ability to detect misinformation? Why Vote works with students on identifying takeaways from credible news sources as they all annotate articles.
Looking at civics, seeing different case studies, and seeing how we can be the change that we want to see.
What are some things that you're looking for in our next president of the United States?
I hope that the next president is very open, transparent about the plans and policies that they plan to implement, because it's one thing to say all these different things for your political campaigns, but now that you're in office, what are the first things that you're going to do, and the steps that we're going to take to get there.
In New York, Denzen Cortez, DCN News.